answering your questions about retirement. It's Money Talk with Michael Eastham.
We are getting ready to retire and thinking about downsizing. Is now a good time to sell our house? What are your thoughts?
Downsizing in retirement is something that folks think about all the time, and I get asked this question quite frequently. And there are some things that you have to consider, and certainly the current environment is very, very key to helping you make a wise decision. If the house is too big, maybe it has 2 stories and the knees just don't work the way they used to and you're tired of going up and down those steps, well, certainly it may make sense for you to look at a smaller house or maybe just a single level house. But you do have to take into consideration, well, what are the values, right? You're going to sell that property in today's market at a high value, but you're going to buy a smaller house potentially for the same amount of the proceeds as you received from the sale of your house. So you've got to take that into consideration. That's one thing. The other thing is interest rates. Interest rates are much higher today than they were a year and a half ago. And that's a very important question if you're planning to finance the purchase. So take that into consideration as well. Generally speaking, there are a lot of pontificators out there that say, oh, we're in for another housing bubble. And maybe that's the case, maybe it isn't. But don't let that be the deterrent to you making a good informed decision, because you may see a 10% drop in the value of the home. I personally don't think we're going to see a major housing crash like we did in 2007, 2008, because the circumstances are completely different now than they were back then. So if you're waiting for a decline in the market, look, don't wait forever. Make sure that you make a good decision based on the information that you have today, based on your personal situation, and the advice of good counselors and good advisors. We'd be happy to help you make that informed decision, so make sure that you reach out to us and we'll schedule a time to talk. Thanks again for that question.
If you've got a financial question you'd like to have answered, click on the link below to submit your question. You may hear your answer on an upcoming edition of Money Talk.